Nike versus the town of North Smithfield in wonderful Rhode Island, the smallest state with the biggest heart. We've got some protesters here
A
that
fallacy has
are
been
all Nike
perpetuated
Attire.
by Nike.
Speaking to John,
And that's why.
councilman.
And I had very strong feelings about that. And I understand that, you guys have strong feelings about what, how you feel. That's why when I ran by, I'm like, when I come back, I want to hear what you have to say, and I'll say what I got to say, and we can keep it civil. I'll stay here as long as you want.
What? But like, Nike's just supporting Colin Kaepernick. His thing was he was just protesting for getting close to
I understand, but one thing that he did do that nobody can deny, and I can't get over, is that he sent $25,000, which is a lot of money, to support a woman who lives in exile right now in Cuba. And the reason she lives in exile in Cuba right now is because she killed a cop in California. He's supporting this woman. And the reason she doesn't come back to the United States is because she's going to go to jail if she does. I have a hard time with that.
No, of course. I mean, nobody should have their life taken away, regardless of whether or not they're a cop. But
It was a while ago. There was a woman that killed, I believe it was in California, with a police officer, and she was tried, and then she fled to California before she went to jail. And she fled to Cuba. And
To Cuba.
She's been living in exile in Cuba. And Colin Kaepernick has been sent $25,000 to support.
So I hadn't heard about this $25,000 to this woman in Cuba who killed a cop until he mentioned it. So I decided to do some research, and apparently, this $25,000 was given to an organization that was named after this woman.
You know, like the background story of the...
yeah, like why would he send her $25,000?
Exactly. I don't know. Right. And that's something that I
I mean,
why she killed the cop. Yeah, that's right.
That's something we should both.
What do you mean? That's it now.
But
Why she killed the cop?
Cops still.
Well, I guess that's where the debate is, right? I guess that's where we're differing on opinion, because you're saying, why do cops kill minorities? I was a state trooper for 25 years.
I'm not saying you killed anybody, but there has been a lot of issues with cops killing people.
My issue is the key word is police brutality, not just police.
I agree, and you know what?
Not all police.
I totally agree, but
Some police.
and you're 100% right. But my problem is they painted, including Kaepernick, he painted that police brutality with a very broad brush. And you know what I'm saying? And he covered it off with he wore socks when he was impressed with him, he photographed him, he wore socks to different cops' face. He can show a lot of disrespect to the police. But that's my defense.
So how you feel regarding that? Like, this is how we feel about people. Black people are
gang members.
do this. So we have a big brush with us, where this is what you are, and that's how we feel. But when we know that's not how we are.
I agree. I would go, I'm not gonna lie, I would go down to South Providence and patrol in South Providence because late at night, because there was a lot of activity there. But a lot of the activity came from people that didn't live down there, and they were coming in looking for stuff, right? Where are you guys from? So you know what happened in Broad Street at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning? Those dudes, those girls that are dressed all dressed in dresses, those are dudes, right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of crazy shit going on down there. And so yeah, I would admit that I would go down there, but I've never seen, and I'm not lying, I've been, and at nights we ride with 2 people, and not one time, not once, did anybody ever say, hey, look, there's a black guy that's this time. It never happened. I agree. I don't doubt it.
It's not this country. It happens in this country. We're not saying every cop is like that.
But
Yeah.
that wasn't the way the argument that Kaepernick made his argument, though,
is going about it. He kneeled because of police brutality.
I'm for the
That's
kneeling.
it.
See, that's the misunderstanding. I support his kneeling because it's peaceful protest.
Yeah.
I support him kneeling 100%. And
Yeah, it's better than
disagree
sitting
with
down,
Why he's
yeah.
kneeling. I disagree with what he's saying. But if he wants to kneel, as long as when the kickoff goes, they do their job. You know what I mean? They don't start kneeling, holding up the game or anything like that. As long as kickoff goes and they do their job, they want to kneel, peaceful protest. I support that 100%, and that's where I think a lot of people have been saying. stuff about me that isn't true, saying that.
Yeah, I saw a few things that they posted about you, and I just.
Against the kneeling. I support the kneeling, and I'll support anybody doing a peaceful protest. What I don't support is his stance that he took against police, and that's why I did what I did.
But I mean, I don't see what this is going to do for the town of North
It's
Smithfield.
not going to do anything for the town of North Smithfield. just like
Yeah.
Kaepernick doing what he believes isn't going to do anything for him, but it's going to raise awareness to his beef,
But
right?
the cause
And so I'm just trying to raise awareness for what I believe.
for the reverse cause, like for the.
Is needed?
Yeah, because it's a big problem.
It's that's where we differ. I think it happens.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's a big problem. I've been around for a long time.
No, it's a problem.
It's a big problem.
It's a problem.
It's a problem that should be. Okay.
All right, listen, not to get.
And it's not even just like a racial thing. It has nothing to do with.
Shot too.
It's not even a racial thing. It's literally police brutality. Like I've seen people get arrested, and when they're in those cuffs, they're treated like less of a human, and they might not have even done anything to deserve that. Now, it's of course it's the officer's word against the person, but who are you gonna believe as a judge? you know, like, and that's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
Like, the thing is, it's just how the officers treat people. There should be okay, if you mistreat like you can arrest somebody, okay, they're fighting back, okay, I understand you.
Once the cuffs are on,
but
game
once,
over.
Yeah, the cuffs are on, you should stop.
I agree.
You already.
Once they cuff,
That's it. It's done. They're in custody.
So it's like,
That's why it's called they're in custody. You know, like that's it.
No, I've always believed that. Once someone's cuffed,
That's it. You don't need to hit somebody with a. You don't need to hit somebody with a flashlight. I've seen people get hit with flashlights.
I've seen
The
people get
hard,
hit too, but
heavy.
I've never seen anybody get hit that wasn't in some sort of self-defense. I've never
After
seen
the
a guy-
handcuffs were on.
What's that?
After the handcuffs
There's
were
no
on.
excuse for that.
There's no excuse for that.
those type like that's the thing though. So by holding the cop accountable, saying you're not allowed to do this, they get in trouble. Then it's like okay, now they stop doing it. That's something that's a way to treat the law. But if they do something happen where they say they show somebody they by mistake or they really went overboard and killed somebody, then they put them on leave, still pay them. They don't go to jail. There's nothing.
2 weeks.
No
Oh, you
repercussion.
can't work for 2 weeks.
If I was driving and I got into an accident where let's say I was drunk and I killed somebody, I go to jail, right?
Mhm.
But
And you
then
owe a lot of money.
yeah, exactly. Like for
DUI is no joke.
Kill somebody, drunk driving.
I've seen a lot. No, I've seen cops with.
Yeah, cops can go to jail, but the thing is they're not all being punished how they should be punished. If you go overboard, if you do something that's not right.
See, I don't think we're far apart.
Mhm.
I really don't. Because,
the problem is
because I think, but I agree. I think it happens like that. I don't. But my problem with Nike and what Kaepernick.
Is that he painted a broad picture of the police, which I understand. But the thing is the police should the police should be held at a higher standard than a regular citizen.
I agree.
Always.
Right.
You know, you guys are trained for it. You have to take mental tests. You guys are supposed to be upper echelon of like, hey, should I shoot this person or not?
Yeah, because if a police officer gets a shot, because I can't right now in my capacity right now as just some citizen. If we got into a fight, I'm not violating your civil rights. I can't violate, but a police officer can violate your civil rights. So if he is held to a higher standard because if he hits you,
Then he
he can go to jail for that. You know, if I hit you, I might get.
Yeah,
probation,
well, you might
fine.
get like if I press charges or something, a
I'm
misdemeanor.
not
Yeah.
gonna go to jail. You know what I mean? But so police are held to a higher standard, as they should be. But I don't think we're far apart. I really don't. But maybe you guys understand a little more where I was coming from.
But like I
I'm
said,
sure you don't agree.
But that also comes with the media. You gotta remember that.
Yeah, the media is always gonna paint its own picture as well.
Kaepernick doesn't really say that. He said it's about his child. That's how he left it. And a lot of people say, oh,
They take their own opinions and
put your own opinion onto it. But he doesn't say much as himself. And I believe like Nike did was helping put out his work because now he's not able to do what he loves, play football.
Well, you know what? He was on the downslide. Come on, he was sitting
the
in
year
bed.
Yeah, he was. But
He was sitting in bed.
but they were gonna try to get rid of him anyways.
He was on his way out.
You and young.
I'm not gonna give you that one.
You and young because the year before, where was
You know what? He was a running quarterback, and just like Michael Vick, right? Those running quarterbacks get crushed. Look at Tom Brady.
The
Well, how
Bears
many
don't
years?
even have a quarterback.
Right,
They
but
could use him right now.
Well, how many years has Tom Brady been in, right? Because he doesn't run.
But
He was a running quarterback. Those guys get crushed.
There seems I could use him. He was young. He was new because the year before he was just in the Super Bowl. So like he's a good quarterback. He's a good player. So he's like, oh, you're telling me it seemed like the Bears or it seemed like 49ers couldn't use him, even if they couldn't use him as a second
But you
string.
think of
He was ready to play second
So
string.
the game is to win games.
Nobody
Right? The
wanted
name of the
to
game is to win games because if you win games, you're going to sell tickets. If you
Yeah.
sell tickets, you're going to make a lot of money. I think for a minute that if they needed a quarterback and they thought he could do the job, that they'd rather lose games than give him.
He would sell tickets for the Bears,
Then I don't know.
but they're not gonna take him.
Maybe they think his style doesn't fit into their.
They saw the message as a problem.
I mean, I don't mean to interrupt the whole football conversation that's going
got
on,
off track.
but the thing is like, and I understand you're saying, you know, you want to support the police and veterans or whatever it might be. I don't know if it's mainly your situation is with the police or with veterans.
No, you know what? I don't think what he's doing is disrespectful to them.
To veterans, I don't think it is either.
I don't know.
But this is something that's starting here in North Smithfield, and supposedly it's getting to places where other people are considering it as well. I don't think that government should get involved in what people do. You know, like you can't tell me not to wear a particular type of clothing.
All right, but see, that's another little more misinformation because I didn't tell anybody that they couldn't wear the clothing. All I said, I even have Nike clothing,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna wear it because I'm not throwing my shit away.
You just don't want to spend money on it.
I'm just when it wears out, I'm not gonna go back to Nike. I'll go to Reebok or something.
Yeah.
And I'm saying to the town, all I'm doing is I'm
Yeah.
suggesting to the town, and I even
Yeah.
said last night during the
Yeah.
meeting, if this football team wants to buy jerseys, and Nike is $500
Yeah.
or $1,000 cheaper, get the Nike.
Now, do you also-
I'm saying if all things are equal, go with the other brand.
Now, I mean, personally, this is another thing that I've always wanted to ask somebody, and I mean, you were on the force, so it makes sense to just ask you. The police, you know, a lot of times the police, the people policing, and I could understand why they don't do it necessarily, but I also don't understand why. It's kind of, I'm like an in-between. It's a gray area for me. Because I feel like the police should police their own communities. Like,
Black people, black
no,
police
no,
officers being black
no, not race. So like literally, like if you're from North Smithfield, you should be policing in North Smithfield.
Yeah,
They
you
don't-
know what happens with that is like
Favoritism
not
and-
favoritism, but like Paget or Situate is hiring. There's a kid that lives in North Smithfield that wants to be a cop. North Smithfield's not hiring. He goes there. Some the state police are hiring. He goes on the state police. It's really that'd be a tough one.
Yeah, but I mean, at least because the thing is that these people come from different areas. Like say for example, somebody from North Smithfield is policing out in Providence. Now, you're from North Smithfield and you're policing out in Providence. You don't know those kids. You don't know that area.
Right.
You don't know if that kid he's just another kid on the block. He could be a drug dealer. He could be a saint.
And that's where community policing comes in.
But it doesn't really exist.
It doesn't. Hey, I gotta get home to my daughter, but I'll tell you what. You guys, I'd love to invite you to the next council meeting.
Okay.
If you guys want to come to the next council meeting, I'll give you all the time you want to talk. Because I'm not trying to hide anything. I'm
Yeah.
not trying to play games, right? Obviously, I could have jogged by here and
Yeah.
nobody would have known who I was.
Well, I wouldn't have known.
Ultimately, the councilman still has his views, and he's probably not going to buy Nike anytime soon. But we were able to have a positive discussion and get our points across, as well as, you know, now they're not going to boycott Nike in North Smithfield, so that's a win.